Beautiful Paris, City of Lights, City of Culture, the Champs-Élysées, the Arc de Triomphe, the Notre Dame, and, of course, the Eiffel Tower. No, wait, wrong Paris. No, that's Paris of Troy. No, that's the movie Paris, Texas from 1984. Perfection. Paris is a city in northeast Texas, about a 2 hours drive from Dallas, with a population of around 25,000 people. Interestingly, of all the cities around the world named after Paris, Paris, Texas has the second largest population behind Paris, France. Now, I can't say I've done exhaustive research in this regard, but a cursory scan through Wikipedia seems to confirm this fact. Now, obviously 25,000 people is far behind the over 2 million residents of Paris, France, and the over 10 million people who live in the Paris metropolitan area. By comparison, Paris, Texas is the seat of Lamar County, which has a total population of around 50,000 people. In summary, this is not a particularly highly populated area of Texas. The high population centers of Texas are the Dallas-Fort Worth area, the Houston Woodlands area, San Antonio, Austin, and El Paso. Like other towns named after Paris, Paris, Texas has an Eiffel-inspired tower of their own. It first went up in 1993, apparently in response to a similarly inspired tower in Paris, Tennessee. And because it's Texas, the Paris, Texas tower has to be taller than the tower in Paris, Tennessee. The red hat was added later in 1999, after the construction of the Eiffel-inspired tower in Las Vegas. Now, I've read some conflicting reports on the height of the Paris, Tennessee tower. Most sources have it at 60 feet, but other sources have it at 66 feet, or even 70 feet, which would put it over the 65 feet height of the Paris, Texas tower. Now, I'm not going to settle this baguette measuring contest between Texas and Tennessee, so I'll just say that the Eiffel-inspired tower in Las Vegas is taller than both, combined. Honestly, the spat between Paris, Texas and Paris, Tennessee reminds me a little bit of the flagpole war between North and South Korea, where they constructed big flagpoles on either side of the border. The original Eiffel Tower is 1,080 feet tall, making it over 15 times taller than the Paris, Texas tower. I've made a rather crude comparison between the two towers here. Not a great comparison, I know. The pictures were shot at different angles, but it gets the point across as to how much taller the original is. One humorous thing I noticed was that there was a nearby radio tower that was actually taller than the Paris, Texas tower. However, please don't interpret my critique as criticism. Paris, Texas is a fairly small community, so I understand that the construction and maintenance of a 1,000-foot tower would have been prohibitively expensive. Situated just next to the Paris, Texas tower is the Red River Valley Veterans Memorial that honors U.S. veterans of past and present conflicts. It's well maintained and covers conflicts starting with World War I to the present day. All of this is situated in the same complex as the Love Civic Center of Paris, Texas. The tower is free to visit and is open 24 hours a day. Obviously, there are no facilities for people inside the tower, and climbing is prohibited. The Paris, Texas tower has even seen some famous visitors, like Vanilla Ice, which is certainly better than having this guy visit your tower. The red Stetson cowboy hat, situated atop the Paris, Texas tower, is about 3.5 feet tall and was added later in 1999 after the construction of the Vegas Eiffel Tower to add a more unique Texas flavor. Around town, you might notice some striking buildings. This is in downtown Paris, Texas. Many of the buildings look like they date from the mid or early 20th century. Some buildings, like the Sam Bell Maxey House, dates back to the late 1800s. Sam Bell Maxey was a former Confederate general and after the Civil War a U.S. Senator. In the center square of Paris, you'll see the Culbertson Fountain. Culbertson Fountain is named after Ohio-born John James Culbertson, who later settled in Paris, Texas, and became a prominent businessman who produced and sold cottonseed oil. All in all, an interesting place to visit, especially if you live in nearby Texas, or Oklahoma, or Arkansas. I also think it's worth a visit if you're just passing through the area. I don't think I would go out of my way just to visit this town, but I don't have any regrets. Paris, Texas certainly knows how to play up their namesake, with signs everywhere showing their Eiffel Tower. Thanks for watching, guys. I'd appreciate any feedback or comment if you've seen this tower, or maybe you're a Tennessean and you want to argue that your tower is taller. Please like and subscribe to see more reviews or travel commentary. And thanks again for watching, guys.